Ladies, he is back again. Mike Ross, the nation's sexiest comedian. He'll be performing in a city near you. Be sure to come out and enjoy an amazing show. Mike on the mic.
Mike on the mic. Looking forward to seeing you there.
Promote your brand here at Viral Hip Hop News. Email me, samant@vhiphopnews.com. No, wait, let's go.
According to TMZ and several other sources, the 17-year-old son of Freddie Lee Trone, the man police believe drove the getaway vehicle, was taken into custody on first-degree murder. Now, sources say, because there's been a lot of speculation about maybe the girlfriend dropped the location, sources now believe that the father and son duo was waiting in the parking lot at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles in South Los Angeles, which negates the theory that an Instagram tag location, led somebody to come, and murder him in cold blood like they did. So now the 17-year-old right now, is in custody. The father is on a run right now, and they do consider him armed and dangerous. Your thoughts when you heard this news drop?
All right, let me preference all our statements by saying this is all alleged right now. They are innocent until proven guilty, even though we'll see the evidence as it comes out, and more than likely than not, they got the people that they're looking for, right? Because then there's reasons why they got names out and they're looking for dudes and things like that.
Yeah.
Ah, man. There's a lot that crossed my mind when I seen that there was this father and son thing. It was crazy that we were just talking about the DC snipers yesterday doing this
Right.
joint. And not that it has any correlation, but it's just the father-son aspect kind of was crazy to me. We seen him out in L.A. one time, and not that he was out there wilding out, but he obviously goes back and forth to L.A. He may have had some issues. I don't know what PnB stands for all the way, but I don't know if it represents something out in on the East Coast that got people upset on the West Coast. You don't know the reasoning as to why, but it obviously looks like now, based off of what we heard today, that it was premeditated, that he was a target, that they had to drop on him, that they were kind of, maybe targeting and following him around and staking him out. And at the right moment, they decided to go in there and do it in cold blood. Now, a lot could be asked, and I got some questions as to why the father drove the getaway car and let his son go in there and take that body as opposed to him. Like, it's a lot that goes on.
It's still a lot.
But
yeah,
right now we're moving in a direction where it looks like the suspects are going to be apprehended, and we can move forward into why and the trial and all that other shit, man. But right now, this is where we at.
Yeah, and another shoe's going to drop, I think, when they bring this guy in, depending on if he speaks or not. That's how this stuff gets leaked, because as soon as they bring him in, they try to talk to him. Whether he says something or not, I don't know. But that's crazy to think that, though, that they was just already there. I'm not thinking it was like a coincidence. Like, okay, they was there. Oh, PM. Nah, it's like, this seems, and we don't know for sure, that this was something, like you said, they were waiting for him. And damn, no.
Yeah.
You just wait, like, you walk up in the restaurant, man, like, and then like the whole father and son dynamic, that's even throws the story off more, because why? What? Like, you got a son, in high school, and it's like, are you really like gonna have your son, you know what I mean? I just don't, I don't know, man, this is getting spooky.
And give him the body. Like, that
Right.
shit just throws me off. I told my son, it don't matter. You can get into some dirt, and I ain't never get into what kind of dirt. I have your back. Talk to me.
Right.
We'll work that shit out. I ain't about to go in there and put a body on him. It's just wild.
Yeah, it's just. I think it's a lot more that has to come out of the situation. And I know, like, Cardi B, she came out and pretty much said, see, I shouldn't have been blaming the girl, which is, we said that from the beginning as well, meaning PnB Rock's girlfriend, but there's still more information that needs to come out. Not saying she had anything to do with it. I never thought she did.
Right.
But then again, it goes to show you, like, people, like, even this thing, people are gonna draw conclusions from just this story and still probably try to put her and say, oh, she told him to come. You know how people do, because people's trying to get the clicks and the views and stuff. But all I say is, remember, like, as much as you're in your house chilling doing this, you're dealing with real people. It ain't like this is a movie and we making up narratives. Nah, these are real people that going to view your content, and they're going to see this, and you're affecting real people when you put those crazy stories out like that.
Even though the internet made all this death in hip hop seem like it's a video game, like it's real family.
Real life.
It's somebody's kids out here being affected, mothers, brothers being affected by this. That girl that had to watch her I believe it was the father of her child be
Yeah.
murdered in cold blood. Them people that was sitting up in there eating waffles with fucking
Traumatized.
butter and chicken and shit.
Yeah.
Going in and see somebody get their head blown off. Man, oh man.
And it's still not advisable, even because now it looks like maybe it wasn't her, post that did it. It's still not advisable to do that.
I wouldn't do it.
You know what I mean? Especially, I ain't talking about any time Dick and Harry and Sue, you out with your people. Okay, ain't anybody coming for you.
Right.
You know what I mean? But if you're kind of known, you kind of got money, yeah. You know what I mean? It could definitely, come back and happen to you,
And you got to think like that. You have to understand and be aware of your surroundings. We ain't heard the word street smart in a very long time, but a lot of these internet age people, and I'm not even going to put an age on them because it's grown ass people acting like these kids out here on the internet.
Right.
They not aware of their surroundings on this internet, not realizing that, Jay, you giving people the drop. Like, just be a little wiser if you're going to be out here on the internet.
Do you think in a way that he may have brought the heat onto himself in a way? And when I say that, some of the interviews that he did, some like the way that he was kind of talking about, like ain't nobody gonna try me because niggas know what it is type thing. But then, you being a Philly dude, you in Cali, do you think that may have brought like a little bit of attention to him?
It seems as though, to me, he had prior issues out here for whatever reason. I don't know the reason. I don't know how deep and involved in the streets he was out in Philly. He seemed to be respected out here. But I would go along the lines of him having some prior issues with whatever, a person, a group of people, whatever the case may be, and that kind of going along. Because if you remember in one of his interviews, he was talking about weeks prior to that happening, somebody pressing him with his kid and his people there, and he had to kind of play it off cool and not get too riled up, even though shit may have gotten real at any moment. So he knew that out there was hot. So for him to be at that particular Roscoe's when there's 4 Roscoe's around in much safer locations, you would hope and wish, even though he's passed away, you don't want to say anything negative, if he would have moved different, he'd probably still be here.
Yeah, you know what? I think from listening to his interviews, he would say like things like, I want to go, I want to be in the hood. I want to be around the hood people. Like he was talking about a story with Roddy Ricch, how he just wanted to kind of just prove like to these hood dudes. Yeah, like I'm one of y'all. And that's fine. You could be one of them, but you ain't got to go there to prove that.
Yeah, bro.
You ain't got to put yourself in the jungle to prove that unprotected. That's crazy, man. I understand it because when we go places, we want to touch the hoods and shit too, and the hood spots and go eat and kind of see what's going on. But from where we come from, we kind of know like, okay, this area is kind of like, for prime example, we went to Nipsey's memorial on Crenshaw and Slauson.
Yep.
We knew as soon as we got out there that we was in the goddamn jungle.
Smell it.
And we knew that we was food.
Yep.
And it was to the point it was like, damn, how far is the car from this joint? Because if anything pop off, we got to try to get back to that shit as quick as possible. We out here naked. We out here in the jungle. We understand the element. And you got to understand the element that you in. We ain't out there, with jewels, because we probably got robbed if we was out there
Without
with jewels.
question. We
Easy.
was out there in the open by ourselves. Like
Right.
8 in the morning, wasn't nobody out there but the people out there.
Yep.
And like you said, we was food if they wanted to eat.
Yeah.
But we knew how to move as well. You know what I'm saying? And that doesn't mean we knew how to move and being hard and being extra and being
Right.
more tough than somebody else because niggas bleed just like us.
It goes
You know what
back
I'm
to the
saying?
street smart you said.
Exactly. Knowing your surroundings and know how to get the fuck up out of there if you got to.
For real.
Rest in peace to PnB Rock and condolences to his family. Hopefully they can get some closure as time goes on because this ain't going to be done overnight.
Yeah, I heard people talking about, oh, the Philly niggas need to go do this and that. Or when LA niggas come over here, people need to do this and that. I'm like, man, we don't want to go down that road. You know
We
what I
don't.
mean?
But you know
Right.
what? You said something that made me think of something. Shout out to our man Shady. You know what I mean? Trendsetter Shady.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
He said something about the situation that made me think, like, God damn. He was basically respectfully calling out people in Philly for showing more love to people that pass away outside of Philly than the people that actually do. Like,
Right.
PnB Rock's murder wasn't covered and wasn't shown as much love as, let's say, for example, a Nipsey. And most people didn't even know Nipsey, and admittedly enough, people didn't know him until, unfortunately, he passed away.
Right.
So he's just saying keep the same energy for the people that rode and did it for the city. And he was just calling out some of the hypocrites, and I appreciated that. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, if you didn't know, you wouldn't know that PnB Rock was from Philly. You know what I'm saying? So
Right. He even like his music definitely didn't sound like it.
right. So
Yep.
shout out to everybody, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. Like you said, condolences to the family, friends, and anybody associated with PnB Rock. We definitely feel your pain.
Facts.
The baby.